Avneet Damani joins in on the phone right now. And Avneet, hi, morning. Are we bound to see further strengthening of the rupee? What's your reading of where the currency is headed?
Well, good morning. And for the last many days, rupee has been hovering between 92 and 95, 97 and a half. But now it looks like some breather and some relief is coming on store. Primarily because we've seen about a 10% or maybe 12% correction in crude oil prices over the last 1 week or so. And with the new change in tax reforms towards the NRI and FCNR borrowings will now be a new narrative and will change the course of the rupee flow, which was moving outwards to now inwards. The new structured product which many of these banks are launching is expected to bring in about $50 to $70 billion worth of reserves or maybe inflow into the economy, and that looks pretty sizable over the next 1-2 months. And that could bring down the rupee to an appreciating trajectory towards 92, 93 levels over the next few days and weeks.
Navneet, do you think the flows would be substantial in that sense from the FCNRB?
Yeah, pretty much substantial because the product looks very lucrative and a lot of money has been sidelined and lying outside India. Now with this sideways trajectory and rupee appreciation bias getting in store, it looks like anywhere between 60 to 80 billion dollar worth of flows is what the market is estimating could be coming back, and that could be probably changing the narrative at least for a quarter or so.
And Navneet, just the crude, how much should that aid the rupee at this point? If crude were to sustain around 80 to 83, $85 a barrel, should you see a sharp move lower with regard to the rupee? Should rupee appreciate fairly quickly versus the dollar?
Well, last year average for WTI crude was closer to $64, $65, and this year for the first 5 months it was upwards of $90. Now with crude oil prices coming closer to $80, it looks like the much of the pain that we've had over the last few months with depreciation will now taken care of or arrested, at least for the time being. Now it has to be seen that the deal holds true. The passage is still not blocked even after the deal has been signed. We'll have to wait for 1 week for more clarity because time again the narrative will change very sharply. So I will wait for Friday when the deal is actually signed and get some concluding evidence. But for now, it looks like crude oil prices will hover around $75, $85 and will be pretty much okay to help appreciation bias in the rupee.
Avneet, great to have you on the show. Thanks as always for joining in. Misho, that's the other one, of course, which is in focus. There's going to be Ashoka BuildCon, Kim's, which is